Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Konrad, member of the SMTA Global Board of Directors, where I'm Vice President of Communications, back with you once again, this time for the SMTA update for the month of June 2025. Here's what's happening at SMTA. On Tuesday, June 3rd, the Tampa Bay chapter will host a membership appreciation event at Topgolf in St. Petersburg, Florida. As a Tampa Bay chapter SMTA member, you won't want to miss this event. Meet the new chapter leadership team, join them for an evening of fun, good food, drinks, and great people. This event is free for SMTA members as a special thank you for your continued support of the Tampa Bay chapter. The event begins at 5:45 p.m. at Topgolf in St. Petersburg, Florida. On Wednesday, June 4th, the San Diego chapter will host an in-person technical event on the subject of mechanical cross-sectioning of solder joints. Damon Rachel, VP of Engineering at Sage Analytical Labs, will be the presenter. The event runs from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Sage Analytical Labs in San Diego. SMTA members can attend for $12 if they pre-register. Otherwise, it's $15 at the door, so pre-register and save a few bucks. Dinner and a factory tour of Sage Analytical Lab will be provided. On Thursday, June 5th, the Juarez chapter will host its annual Expo and Technical Forum at the Injectronics Convention Center. Registration opens at 10 a.m. with presentations on the subjects of design for manufacturing, presented by Fernando Rodriguez of Celestica, and Industry 4.0 Smart Factory, presented by my friend and colleague Keith Bryant. And of course, a happy hour begins at 6 p.m. On Tuesday, June 10th, the Ohio Valley chapter will host the 8th annual Member Appreciation Golf Outing at Raintree Golf and Event Center in Uniontown, Ohio. The format is a 4-person scramble with team prizes and skill and skins awards. This event is free for SMTA members, so register soon before it sells out. On Wednesday, June 11th, the Ontario chapter will host a webinar entitled Stop Costly Electronics Failures, Learn from Real-World Case Studies. Jason Bragg from Celestica will discuss unexplained electronic assembly failures and why they are more than just defects. They are a risk to your product's performance, timeline, and bottom line. He'll explain how Celestica helps their customers mitigate these risks by uncovering root causes quickly, accurately, and through expert failure analysis of electronics assemblies. This session includes real case studies where he will explore how advanced lab techniques, structured methodologies, and the right questions drive actionable insights to help you prevent repeat failures, improve reliability, and solve complex manufacturing quality problems. Learn how to strengthen your failure analysis lab partnerships and mitigate issues before they start. The webinar runs from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. and is free for SMTA members and students. On Thursday, June 12th, the Space Coast chapter will host a live technical presentation on the subject of how PCB design engineers cost their companies money. Vaughn Carlson of Value in Grafting will be the presenter. This event takes place from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at L3 Harris High Technology Center in Palm Bay, Florida. L3 Harris is an ITAR facility, so only U.S. citizens can enter, and there's a limit of 30 attendees, so don't wait, register now. Also on Thursday, June 12th, the SMTA Korea Alliance will host an event entitled Advanced Electronics Packaging Technology. The speakers are H.S. Kim from LG Electronics and K.S. Choi from ETRI. This event takes place on June 12th and 13th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at COEX in Seoul, Korea. This event is free of charge. On Friday, June 13th, SMTA will host its monthly Water Cooler Friday Zoom sessions. This event is intended for SMTA chapter officers. Chat with other officers and board members, ask those questions you've always wanted to ask, share success stories, or just get help using the officer's toolbox. Join us for these informal Zoom sessions held on the second Friday of every month at 1 p.m. Central. This is your opportunity to bring up whatever's on your mind. There's no structured agenda, no complicated sign-up process. Just come if you have something to share or questions that need answering. I must admit, Water Cooler Fridays are among my favorite virtual events. On Tuesday, June 17th, the Ontario chapter will host its annual Expo and Technical Forum at the Venu Event Space in Vaughan, Ontario, Canada. This event includes 4 technical presentations, selective soldering trends and techniques for complex applications, presented by Joe Klor of Kurtz Ursa, optimizing SMT manufacturing, the critical role of humidity control, presented by Tim Black of Ikuchi USA, microanalysis of sulfur corrosion in electronics, presented by Brian Oliver of Mu Analysis, and soldering voiding causes and remedies, presented by Jerome McIntyre of Koki Solder America. Registration opens at 8:30 a.m. and lunch will be provided. On Wednesday, June 18th, the Oregon chapter will host its first of a 2-part tutorial webinar series. The first tutorial will be on the subject of reflow profiling simplified, presented by Rob Rowland of Axiom Electronics. The webinar runs from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time. The second tutorial will be held on Wednesday, June 25th from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time on the subject of troubleshooting SMT yield problems and failure analysis. Ray Prasad from Ray Prasad Consultancy Group will be the instructor. The cost for SMTA members is $150 for one tutorial or $250 for both. From Tuesday, June 24th through Thursday, June 26th, SMTA will host the annual Symposium on Counterfeit Parts and Materials at the College Park Marriott Hotel and Conference Center in Hyattsville, Maryland. The Symposium on Counterfeit Parts and Materials is organized by SMTA in conjunction with the Center for Advanced Life Cycle Engineering at the University of Maryland, College Park. The objective of the symposium is to raise awareness about the dangers and consequences of using counterfeit materials and to encourage the implementation and measures to prevent and mitigate the spread of counterfeit parts. Beyond merely analyzing counterfeit parts, this symposium is dedicated to spotlighting actionable solutions. Join fellow experts and stakeholders gathering to discuss the issues of fake components and imitation materials being sourced in the manufacturing of electronic parts. On Wednesday, June 25th, the Upper Midwest chapter will host their annual Expo and Technical Forum at the Doubletree Minneapolis Park Place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Dave Hillman will provide 2 presentations, manufacturing and design aspects of bottom-terminated components and voids in BGAs and BTCs, causes and concerns. Registration opens at 8:30 a.m. and lunch will be provided. On Wednesday, June 25th, the Wisconsin chapter will host a social event. The Milwaukee Brewers take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. They'll be taking over the tailgate pavilion inside of American Family Park. The ticket price is $35 for SMTA members, $50 for non-members. Join them for an afternoon of fun, food, and baseball. Tickets will be sent to participants 1 week prior. Sign up by June 2nd. Tailgate begins at 11 a.m. Central Time. Lunch will be served from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. The first pitch is at 1:10 p.m. There's a maximum of just 40 people for this event, so sign up today. Spots will go fast. On Friday, June 22nd, the Guadalajara chapter will host a member appreciation event, Engineers Day. This event is completely free and is intended for the entire SMTA Guadalajara chapter community with an active membership along with one guest from the electronics industry in Guadalajara. This event takes place from 7 p.m. to midnight at La Fresnita in Jalisco, Mexico. And finally, here are a couple of save the dates. The High Reliability Cleaning and Conformal Coating Conference takes place August 12th through 14th in Dallas, Texas, and Surface Mount Technology Association International, or SMTAI, 2025 takes place at the Rosemont Exhibition Center October 19th through 23rd. For more information on any of these events or to register, visit smta.org/events. Not a member of SMTA? We can change that. Consider joining to receive the many benefits SMTA provides, including over 5,000 fully searchable technical papers in our knowledge base, on-demand webinars, 101 and advanced 201 level training courses, networking events, career resources, SMTA certification courses, and a network of local chapters around the world. And talking about online training courses, they are now included in your SMTA membership dues. And allow me to introduce SMTA's newest virtual employee, Meet Max.
Meet Max, SMTA's new AI-powered knowledge assistant designed to help you get more from the SMTA. Think of Max as the smartest new member of the SMTA team, trained on our full library of technical papers, courses, webinars, and more. Whether you're troubleshooting a process issue, learning a new skill, or staying sharp on the latest industry trends, Max is ready to help. But it goes beyond storing information. Max understands it. Max is built specifically for the electronics manufacturing world, using the same technical resources our members rely on every day. So, how can you get the most out of Max? Start by being specific. Instead of asking, "How do I improve my process?" try something like, "How can I mitigate assembly defects during the reflow soldering process?" The more focused your question, the more useful Max's response will be. Need a resource? Just ask. Max can recommend technical papers, training courses, webinars, whatever format you prefer. Want to keep up with industry trends? Max can summarize recent studies and highlight what's changing in the field. And for something more interactive, try role-playing. Max can simulate manufacturing scenarios, coach you through difficult conversations, or help you prep for a customer call. SMTA is evolving, and with Max, you've got the future of knowledge at your fingertips. Experience a new way to interact with SMTA content today.
I think I want to give Max a try. Hey Max, how does cleaning make electronic assemblies more reliable? Wow, I couldn't have said it better myself. To try Max, visit smta.org, hover over Technical Training, and click on Ask Max. If your employer is an SMTA corporate member, ask them to provide you with a login so you too can begin benefiting from all SMTA has to offer. Individual memberships are available for literally just pennies a day. More information is available at smta.org. Well, that's it for June updates. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in July.